Czech Republic, Miloš Zeman, is living close to the castle but not inside. He's an alcoholic one, he likes to drink a lot. His favorite drink is Becherovka with 41% alcohol. It is a Czech drink and you can find it in every market around Prague. But the president fell down 2 times in official meetings because he was completely drunk, and you can check it in YouTube, the video here. All international media were talking about it. That's why the president of Czech Republic became famous in the world. If you will look now on the right side of the bus, down of this street you can see the Charles Bridge. It's a nice view of Prague, by the way, from here. And down on that street you can see the Charles Bridge. Charles Bridge is the oldest bridge in Prague, and it was built in 14th century from King Charles IV. European people are calling Prague as the city of 100 spires. We are very close now with Prague Castle. Prague Castle is the biggest one in the world. It is a Guinness Book, by the way. And when you will visit it inside, when you will visit the castle inside by yourself, you will find there many beautiful cathedrals, old cathedrals from many years ago. And when you will arrive on the top of the castle by yourself, you will find there a wonderful view of Prague, better than here, and you will be able to take some beautiful photos of Prague. But on the top of the castle you will find even some long stairs that are going down from the castle. In case if you follow those stairs down, you will arrive close to the Charles Bridge or close to Stop 3 Malastrana, where we stopped 3 minutes ago. On the left side of you is another beautiful building here. Here in this building was living Queen Anna 300 years ago. She was the wife of King Rudolf. On the left side of you can see even this long wall that is surrounding the Prague Castle. Behind of this wall you will find a beautiful park and then the cathedrals of Prague Castle. On the right side of the bus is another beautiful building. It's a yellow one, but you cannot see it clearly from the bus because of the trees that are here. But there is located the Ministry of Defense. And right here will be our stop for Prague Castle. Yeah.
You didn't mention what was the favorite of King Charles.
Which one?
Of King Charles.
King
Yes,
Charles.
yes, you have so many famous people in this country.
Yeah.
Your president and
Yeah.
King Charles, so you didn't
No,
mention-
but he was completely fit.
That's why you
King
have
Charles
such good
did
milk
many good
in this
things for
country.
Czech Republic.
Okay.
Хочешь с Рафой сидеть? Хочешь с Рафой сидеть? Хочешь? Я тогда пойду
So
фотографирую.
if you check the time now, that's why, because even me, I cannot remember all the time.
You're still young.
So now we arrived here at 2:25. Next side of the bus, you can see this. You can see still this long wall that is surrounding the Prague Castle. But behind of this wall, 300 years ago, was built a prison. That prison that's supposed to be behind of this wall was called Doll's House Prison. It was used from Austro-Hungarian Empire during that time, the Doll's House Prison, and then later on Doll's House Prison was used from secret police during the communism time. But in 1989, when Czech Republic changed the system from communism to democracy, the new government decided to destroy the Doll's House Prison that's supposed to be behind of this wall. Nowadays, if you will walk through the castle, you will still find the structure of the Doll's House Prison. Our next stop will be stop number 5, Strahov Monastery. If anybody of you would like to hop off at stop number 5, you can visit many beautiful places. For example, you can visit the oldest monastery that is in Prague. And I will show you it when we'll drive a little bit more up. But the monastery is not original building because it was destroyed during the Second World War from US Army. It was an accident, by the way, because US Army wanted to bomb Dresden, one city in Germany, and accidentally they bombed Prague. They destroyed around 100 buildings, including the monastery as well. At stop number 5, you can visit even Loretta's church. It is a Catholic one. And you can see it now on the left side of the bus, where are the green towers. There is located Loretta's church. It was built in the end of 17th century. But close to Loretta's church there you will find even the Museum of Miniature as well. Loretta's church is just 5 minutes away by walking from our stop line. And if you will look now straight to the bus, on the top of the building you can see the small single tower. There is located the monastery that I was talking about. But close to the monastery there where are the trees. Now there you will find two restaurants that are in competition with each other about the beer. And I recommend you to try the beer there because they are producing the beer by themselves. And they won even the certificate of excellence from TripAdvisor about the beer. If you will follow the street on the left side of the bus down here, you will arrive at Loretta's church that I was talking about. It's just 5 minutes away from here. And right here is our stop 5, Strahov Monastery, and the entrance to the monastery is on the left side of the bus where is a big gate. There inside you will find even the restaurants that I was talking about as well. Stop 5, Strahov Monastery. If you will look now on the left side of the bus, you can see these big walls that are surrounding the monastery. As you see these big walls are getting older and older, and the government is not taking care at all, at least to reconstruct them a little bit to make the monastery more attractive for the tourists. We are driving now up to another hill. This hill where we are driving now is called Petrin Hill. When we'll arrive on the top of this hill, we'll be on the highest point of Prague, and there will be even our stop number 6, Strahov Stadium. If anybody of you would like to hop off at stop 6, you can visit the Petrin Tower. As I mentioned to it before, that it will take you maximum 15 minutes by walking from our stop 6 to visit the Petrin Tower. In case if anybody of you would like to go on the top of the Petrin Tower, it will charge you 8 euros per person and you will go by elevator on the top of the tower. There you will be able to take some beautiful photos of Prague. Don't worry, no problem. If you will look now straight to the bus, in front of us here you can see a big structure. This is Strahov Stadium. This stadium was built in 1926. It was built for sports and gymnastics, not for football matches. Strahov Stadium was one of the biggest stadiums in the world with 240,000 seats inside and with 6 different fields. So imagine how big it is. But nowadays this stadium it is not functioning anymore because as you see it is an old structure and there is not safe anymore for the people to sit here and to see any sport. Nowadays, here's this stadium. This stadium nowadays is rented by Sparta Prague football team, the most popular football team in Czech Republic. They are just training here, but they cannot organize official football matches. And if you will look on the left side of the bus, you can see these buildings here. These are dormitories for international students and local students as well. And right here will be our stop 6, Strahov Stadium. Stop number 6, Strahov Stadium. In 48, From that time, the government of Czech Republic started to celebrate the liberation of Prague every year in 5th of May here in this stadium. And a lot of people were going here inside celebrating together the liberation of Prague. But with the end of the communism in 1989 was the end of this stadium as well. In 1990s, the ex-president of Czech Republic, Václav Havel, was inviting here in this stadium some famous bands that are in the world. For example, Guns N' Roses, U2, Rolling Stone. They were performing here at Strahov Stadium, and there inside to the stadium were more than 150,000 people seeing them. Nowadays, Czech government is thinking to destroy Strahov Stadium, and they are thinking to build there a shopping center. They are thinking to make it as the biggest one in Central Europe, but Czech government still didn't decide yet for that project because they must invest a lot of money for doing that. We are driving now down from Petrin Hill. We are driving in one of the most expensive areas in Prague because of the nice view of Prague that is from here, fresh air, no traffic at all. And when we will drive a little bit more down, you will see many beautiful villas here in this area. The population of Czech Republic is in total 11 million, and the population of Prague is in total 2.3 million. 1.3 million are Czech people that are living in Prague, and 1 million more are foreigners that are working and living here as well. Including the international students, the total population of Prague is 2.3 million. The first minority here in Czech Republic are Slovaks. Before, Czech Republic was called Czechoslovakia, so we're two countries in one. They split in 1993, but they are in border with each other. They have the same language, 80% the same language. That's why the first minority here in Czech Republic are Slovaks. The second minority here in Czech Republic are Ukrainians. They moved during the communism time here in Czechoslovakia. And the third minority here in Czech Republic are Vietnamese. It looks like strange, but it is true. They moved in Europe during the Vietnam War, and by transit they came even here in Czechoslovakia. But I want to remind you that during that time, both countries, Czechoslovakia and Vietnam, were communist countries, and they have very good relations with each other. If you will go nowadays, if you will go in any mini market around Prague, in most of the mini markets you will find Vietnamese people that will sell you the products. The weather in Czech Republic is a little bit strange. During the winter time, temperatures are going maximum minus 15 degrees. And during the summer time, temperatures are going maximum plus 35 degrees. But 2 years ago, during March, here in Prague was minus 25 degrees. It was very cold. I don't know for how many days you're gonna be here in Prague, but I always mention this to the people on the bus, every round, that be careful to not change money on the streets, because it's a group of people that will give you fake money. Generally, they are standing outside of exchange stores, and when you are walking on the streets around Prague, if you will be close to any bankomat or close to any exchange store, they will come directly to you and they will say to you like, follow me, I will give you a good rate, blah blah. But don't follow them because they will give you like Russian currency or Hungarian currency without value. And you, like a tourist for the first time in Prague, you don't know well the Czech currency. So be careful, don't change money on the streets. If you will look now on the left side of the bus, you can see this beautiful convent here. This convent was the property of some German nuns, but after they sold it to Czech government, and nowadays Czech government is using this convent as a post office, and you can see the logo of post office here. you see here in Prague many cathedrals, many churches, many convents, and you think that Czech people must be very religious. But in real they are not. But I mean, in real they are not religious at all. 74% of the population of Czech Republic, they don't believe in God. It's the second highest percentage in Europe. The first one is Estonia with 94%, and then in Czech Republic. Nowadays, Czech people are using some churches for organizing operas and festivals, and sometimes young people are using some churches for organizing parties. They smoke, they drink inside to those churches, they don't care at all. We are already down from Pickering Hill. If you will look now straight to the bus, in front of us here you can see a beautiful building, it's a big one. This is Justice Palace or the main court.
In which direction is the National Opera? Can you point?
It is, I mean, a national opera.
Yes?
It is at stop number 8 where is National Museum.
Uh-huh. It's in Nova Miesto?
Wenceslas Square is in Newtown.
Old Town? Newtown. Nova Miesto?
Nove Mesto is in Czech, so it means old town
I know what Nova
and new
Miesto is.
town, so are completely different areas. You know, like if I'm telling you that it is at new town, is up to the old town, the National Museum, even the opera as well, the National Opera. You know, it
Okay.
will take you 10 minutes by walking from the old town square, where is astronomical clock.
Thank you.
Just feel free to ask somebody there where is the astronomical clock, and they will show you the direction. This area where we are driving now is called Smeedhof area. Smeedhof area. All these buildings that you see here in this area are built in the end of 17th century, and most of these buildings are Baroque style. Here in this area were living before some famous people that are in the world. For example, Albert Einstein. He was living in Prague for 2 years, from 1912 till 1914. Because Albert Einstein was teaching at Charles University here in Prague during that time. Charles University is the oldest university in Central Europe, established in 14th century from King Charles IV. But in 1912, Charles University was in 2 different languages, in German and in Czech, and Albert Einstein supposed to teach at the German part. Also Mozart was living here in this area for 3 years in one beautiful villa, but unfortunately our big buses are not allowed to drive in that street. This villa that I'm talking about is called Villa Bertramka. Mozart and Villa Bertramka composed for the first time the opera Don Giovanni. Mozart premiered the opera Don Giovanni firstly here in Prague at the State Theatre that is located at the Old Town Square, and then later on Mozart premiered the opera Don Giovanni in Vienna. Also, Madeleine Albright, the ex-Secretary of the United States, was born here in Prague, for people that don't know it. If you will look now on the right side of the bus, on the other side of the river, you can see a modern building, a white one, completely different from the other buildings in that area. It is called Dancing House or Fred and Ginger House. It was built in 1996. But many people in that area were saying that Dancing House has nothing to do with the other buildings in that area. The other buildings are old buildings from 200 or 300 years ago, and the Dancing House there on the top is completely a modern one. Nowadays, if anybody of you is interested to visit the Dancing House inside, on the first floor of the Dancing House you will find a small gallery. The entry is for free. On the third floor of the dancing house, you will find a restaurant, and if you want, you can go on the top of the dancing house, and there you will be able to take some beautiful photos of the Vltava River. In the end of this street will be our stop number 7, Kampa Island. If anybody of you would like to hop off at stop 7, you can visit Charles Bridge, John Lennon Wall, Kampa Museum, Kampa Museum. National Theatre, or the Dancing House. So you have many beautiful places to visit here at Stop 7. And if anybody of you is interested to go in any restaurant here in this area, I can recommend you one. It is called Olympia Restaurant. It is typically Czech restaurant with the good quality of the food and with normal prices. Not like at the old town that in every bar restaurant is expensive. Olympia Restaurant is one of the oldest restaurants here in this area.
Very good on the track. Just go to the next. Right? Should we get off now then? Yeah. This is where we got on here. Yeah, but then this is here, look. This is number
Just a minute until we can park the
number
bus,
2, right?
and then
Walk
if you
this way
want,
now, you see.
you can hop off here at stop number 7.
Oh, there's 7. There's 7. Oh, we're here. Oh, yeah.
If anybody of you would like to go straight to the Old Town Square, we have the blue line here that is going
Oh, you got
to the
blue
Old
line.
Town Square.
Yeah. The blue line comes here.
But it's going just at stop 1, and after it is finishing for today.
How far is Old Town from stop 1? Walking.
From stop 1,
Stop 2.
Stop
two,
two.
Stop 2.
stop 2, it will take you 15 minutes by
You
walking.
walk,
Yeah.
You have stop 2 then.
We are now at stop 7, Kampa Island. Stairs. And in the middle of those stairs are some statues. There is a memorial of some people that were killed from Soviet army in 1969. In that time was a big revolution here in Prague because the leader of Communist Party in 1968 became Alexander Dubček. He started to call the communism as a communism with a human face, and he wanted to make some good changes for Czech people, like more freedom for them to travel abroad and so. But in 1968, Czechoslovakia was still member of Soviet Union and still member of Warsaw Pact, and I want to remind you that during that time, communism internationally was very strong. Soviet Union wasn't agree at all with those changes that Alexander Dubček was doing here in Czechoslovakia, and in 1969, Soviet Union decided to bring here the Soviet army. They came here in Czechoslovakia, they removed Alexander Dubček as a leader of Communist Party, and they sent him straight to the prison. After started the big revolution, a lot of people were demonstrating on the streets against it. I mean, they were feeling that they were occupied from Soviet army, and they were demonstrating for their rights, by the way. And in that area where you saw those statues were killed around 25 Czech people from Soviet army. Czech Republic has 50 industrial breweries and 150 microbreweries, and the famous one is Pilsner Urquell. I'm sure that most of you have tried that beer. It is not famous just in Czech Republic, but even in Europe. The name Pilsner comes from one city of Czech Republic. It is called Plzeň city. There was the first slow fermentation of Pilsner beer. The second famous brewery here in Czech Republic is Budweiser. Even Budweiser beer is famous in Europe, but the first slow fermentation of Budweiser beer was to another city in Czech Republic, in České Budějovice. Czech Republic is famous also in auto industry. I'm sure that you have heard about Skoda. Most of the cars here in Czech Republic are Skoda, and even Czech police is using Skoda, by the way. And here is the police station on the left side of the bus. You can see the cars are Skoda. Czech Republic is famous also in tourism. Previous year, Czech Republic was visited by 11 million tourists. If you will look now on the left side of the bus, you can see a beautiful building there on the top. It looks like gold. It's a beautiful building. There is located National Theatre. And if you will look on the right side of the bus, you can see a small hill, and on the top of that hill you can see a small castle with those twin towers on the top. There is located Vyšehrad Castle. It is more older than the actual castle that is at stop 4 with our buses. Vyšehrad Castle was built during the 15th century, but unfortunately our big buses are not allowed to drive there in that area. Are many small streets. If anybody of you is interested to visit the Vyšehrad Castle, you can hop off with our buses at stop number 8. There you can use the metro, the red line, and the Vyšehrad Castle will be just 3 stations away by metro. When you will arrive on the top of the Vyšehrad Castle, there you will find a wonderful view of Vltava river. On the top of this street I will show you a beautiful church. If you will look now straight to the bus, in front of us here, you can see this beautiful church. It is a Catholic one, and it was built in the end of 17th century. This square where we are driving now is called Charles Square. This square was famous